Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Spirit Journey. Happy Friday. And today's date is November 27, 2020. And it's about 4:45 a.m. in the morning. Yep, I got up maybe 10 minutes ago. Um, yeah, I hope you all had a very good gobble gobble. Yes, I know that in the White House that the gobble gobble was yes, good morning, Camp. Yes, I know the gobble gobble in the White House was pardoned. Good for him. Good for him, Turkey. Yeah, good to hear you, Camp. Yes. Yeah, I'm just getting up. My voice is a little soft. I'm just really waking up now. Yeah, it's vision time. Yes, give my story. Yeah, this happened quickly. So let me begin. Yeah, I'm just awakening maybe 10 minutes ago. And I saw, okay, I kept my eyes closed and just relaxed the body. And the images came very quickly. It was, let's see, um, the like the screen, like the full vision, the screen, as if you're looking at a screen, let's say. It had that same texture or movement, like, because I was mentioning yesterday the lion man vision. You see um, like the texture looked um, like if you're using a filter to edit a video, you could make the filter look like something like a cartoonish type of thing, some type of drawing, and but it had it kind of glowed a little bit, had a luminous look to it. It was extremely faint, um, and the texture was like leaves, like a plant. Uh, at the base of each leaf was thicker, and then when it got to the tip, it was very pointed. Kind of wide at the base. Let's say an inch and inch half, well, inch and a half at the base, and then it tapered to a point, a long point. The each leaf could have been maybe 4 inches in length, and it seemed to have a flat look to it. And the stems are swaying. It had a swaying effect back, from side to side, from left to right, gracefully. And but the movement, like almost like it looked like uh, leaves of that type. Very slow, rhythmic, side to side. And I thought I was going to see that lion face, looked like that face that I saw yesterday, like a cat man face, something like that. So I think it did appear, and the same texture, like a luminous light. The same type of texture, um, like you're doing an edit. You can use different filters to create that effect, and then um, you see a cutout, a rectangular cutout that was slightly off center, a little bit below center, and to the right slightly. The rectangular cutout, it looked like, was small, like a almost like a two, 2 inches high and 1 inch wide, or 1.5 inches wide, something like that, something like those dimensions. But it's a small, perfect, perfect rectangular cutout standing up. But inside the cutout, I saw an image of a person. Uh, it looked like it was lit in the background, lit where the person was. It was of a man. Uh, Man could have been in his 40s, and is wearing loose, light color clothing, slacks, um, shirt. They could have a little jacket, short jacket. I'm not sure whether he had anything on his head. A Caucasian man, American looking man, white American man. Think shoes, light color shoes. And he had drum. He was hitting on a drum. It was those type of drums um, that you see in marching bands. The diameter could have been maybe 12 inches in diameter, but maybe 8 inches high. Not those big ones. And he's hitting it with his, I think, both using both one or both hands. And his head is turned to his left, and it looks like he's singing. He's acting, and I think he's walking. And where he was walking, it was like a little path. It looked like a movie scene, something active, like in a child's show, a children's show. And his looks was like, be like put like he's performing, and he's like, immediately I thought, oh, this is a children's show, and they have this man playing, uh, and he's like on a movie set or something, or an indoor set, movie set, of like a child's show, and it was like a little pathway, a curved road. Um, I think it was a distinct color. It was all flat, but I think it was painted. I think it was to make it look like it's a road or something, and it kind of curved, and it was it just looked really cheesy. A typical looked like a child's kiddie show, and he's performing. He's like walking like he's the nice guy. Yeah. Oh, I almost forgot something else. Um, um, I think it was just before actually the background of like the leaves, the swaying thing. I think just before that came up, there was a scene of these dots, pinhole-sized dots, cobalt blue, and they were paired together, closely paired together, but in a pattern too. I remember the two dots, but it had a series of dots that ran along horizontally. But it was there was spaces in between. Like you had the two pair that maybe less than a half an inch apart. And there was a bigger space, and then another series of two dots close together, like a quarter of an inch near each other, and then some other, and then there was some below. They're all lined up. So it was several spaces below the next row of the series of cobalt blue dots. I think like a program. I know it signifies something. I know, yeah. Very, very tiny dots. Each dot, um, like a pinhole. So that could have been 1/8 of an inch size dot. Bright color. It was a nice color. And then I think I saw that scene with the plant, the thing swaying side to side. Yeah, it happened. It happened. It was a quick transition from the dots to the background of the swaying. It was very flat. This screen it looked like, and then a cutout, rectangular cutout, off centered, and you see a man. And I think he might have been walking, or he had been walking, then he stopped, and he was playing. You see his hand hitting the drum. You know, and the part that you strike with the drum, that was a white color. Um, a kiddie show. Looked like a kiddie show. And in my past dreams, I mean not dreams, vision. This was the early morning vision upon awakening from a dream. I mean from a sleep. Yeah, I wasn't immediately dreaming, but I was okay sleeping, and then I awakened, kept my eyes closed, relaxed, and then I saw those images. Yeah, some months back, I was seeing what looked like I saw in the past these dolls, these like puppets. Back in the 1960s, there used to be a show called Davy and Goliath. You saw the fabric with those little puppets. The it had like a uh, cloth fabric, and it had a rough texture. That's what those puppets I saw looked like, the same texture. And they were in store. It looked like it was in a storage room or attic. And they were standing. They were tall, relatively tall for little doll-like figures. It could have been maybe 36 inches in height. And the detail, they were made with detail. And I saw them up close. They were real close. And I remember seeing other ones. I saw like an ethnic one, a one that's supposed to be a black one, black person. Had a very big rounded forehead and the lip, yeah, the lips. This, yeah, I think it's the two ethnic ones, black ones. One with the real big forehead. Uh, it was a smoother material, and it had a weird tan color. And then the other one with the rough fabric, the thing was actually moving and talking. The mouth was moving. And that was of a black fellow. Yeah. He looked real stupid like. Had the big bottom lip. And uh, the vision went real close to it, to the mouth. I think it started from the mouth and then it moved back. I mean, my vision that was pulled back from the item, and then you see more of the face, and I see it's a human face, but a puppet. It had a rough material, and it looked like it was talking. I don't hear audio in the things that I see, but this thing was talking. Had a real stupid look. But yeah, so something. Oh, I think the screen. Yeah. Sorry, folks, this screen froze again. See that? Yeah, I'm just noticing now that there's a bar like on top. And I'm moving the camera and it's not moving. So the screen just froze. See that? See that? Something doesn't want me to talk to you about these things. Yeah, it froze. So it doesn't matter where I pointed. Sorry about that, fellows. Yeah, but this information is important because um, I'm tapping into something. What I'm tapping into, I don't know. But this realm, there is a window period between dream and awake, and the longer you could prolong that gap in between, you have access to different different situations, different things, different places. And no way am I even thinking about, oh, what I want to see. It happens so quickly, the transition, into seeing something. It just glides right in. Uh, I think it's important. How about you guys? Could you guys hear me out there? Let me know that you can hear the audio. Yeah, so you could type a one for yes, that you can hear the audio at least, because the screen is frozen. The screen is frozen, so it's not your imagination that you don't see outside the window outside of my room. So these are happenings. Oh, great, Camp. I'm glad that you can hear. I'm glad you can hear. I know, I have to try to speak up because of my voice, again, I'm just starting to talk, whatever, and I know my voice can sound very weak. And I want to sound at least strong enough that you can at least hear. If you can't see anything, you could, I want you to at least hear clearly. These things mean something. This is stuff that they don't teach you in school. They don't want you to know about. And so that's why I think there's a scrambling taking place. What's happening, this is called interference. This is interference. So you have now I have no proof of who is interfering, but this is early in the morning. This is early morning on the east coast of the United States of America. Things are quiet here. And you notice it doesn't matter what time, like, because I started like a quarter to 5. And yesterday I started very early, it was around 3:30, and almost like 5 minutes into it, this interference. So it's not like they get up at a specific time to put a scramble on. So if you notice, if there's a pattern, and at what point does that interference, because on my screen looks like a band, a pale band, light color band, slightly shaded on the top of the screen. That's where I see something. There's interference, and something is jamming the signal to see on the monitor. Hey, maybe it's just the phone. I don't know, but it doesn't seem to do this uh, if I'm surfing the net. It's the same frequency. I'm just broadcasting. So if I could receive broadcasting, I should be able to send out broadcasting. So here I was talking about the little doll. I saw it. It was as real could be. Very 4D. It had depth in it. what I was looking at. So it wasn't like a flat screen. The little man that I saw performing, today's person playing the drum, uh, and it's in his hand. I think he used his hand. I don't think he used like the stick. Yeah, Caucasian fellow, short hair. The good guy, the happy guy. In his 40s, average build, not too tall, but not he didn't look too short either. The average guy, average, the nice guy look. Yeah, some type of program. So, hey, Camp, if you could um, do research on the internet when you have time, if you could see, like, if you could find anything online of a kiddie show of a man, and it looked like a relatively modern thing. He looked modern. It wasn't like from the 1950s or 60s. It looked something modern, in my opinion. Could have been from the 1990s, uh, the millennial. Could look like something, in my opinion, current. I could be wrong, but the guy looked kind of familiar, actually. The guy actually looked familiar. And again, the cutout, the hole that I'm looking that, because again, I told you that it looked like a cutout in that screen, rec- rectangular, and he was within the rectangle. It was really a small cutout, but I see him playing his whole body from head to toe. So even as a small cutout, you could see him. You know, um, if you see a man playing drums, or if you have like little cousins or nieces and nephews or something that watch children's program, see a man like on a set. It looked like it's supposed to be on a little road or something, and I think it's all painted. It's wearing light colors, loose fitting, and he has a drum playing. Yeah, and I think he had a little hat on. I wish I was better with details. I'm not good with details. I just like it because sometimes when you're looking at it, you can't believe what you're watching. Because again, you don't expect to see anything, nothing. And it was, I think it was in color, but it was very, dim, you know. Um, and those dots, those cobalt blue dots, I've seen in the past cobalt dots. There could be it was a pretty pattern. I think it's a program. Those dots, because how they were set up, it was in a pattern. And I think patterns are communications. When you just see dots or little squares, triangles or rectangles. That's my instinct. It's some type of it means something. So it's I think it's important to know um, what's going on. See, if it's happening to me, I don't think I'm the only one in this world in New York City who wakes up, lies still in bed, and then sees an image. Yeah, it's real simple. I don't do drugs or anything like that. Nothing. Live a very clean lifestyle. And so anybody can do this. I'm not anyone special or different than anyone else out there. And I want you to be able to see these things too, to verify. And then again, everybody's different. Everybody, like even with television, it's not the same program that you see, like in a different state. Like, because see, you have broadcasting programs. in each city. So one city isn't watching from another. Whatever was being aired in your town is what you see. So California may not be seeing what I'm seeing in New York because it's different frequencies. But I guess that sometimes people can share programs, right? They might have an affiliate in another state. But these broadbands, these these television waves just go out in the ether. And when you're in those in between zones of sleep and wake, this is the prime opportunity to tap into your power, your personal power, your ability to see into things. And I think those people who have a strong mind, a very strong will to maybe see specific things, because sometimes in like a formal meditation and with purpose, say, hey, I want to have a vision about, getting information about such and such topic. And on one occasion, I was able to achieve it. Remember the thing that I saw with the moon, seeing the moon, and then I saw a being. So I know it's possible. I know it's very possible, and I'd like to find someone who is expert at consciousness, human consciousness, to find out or how to enhance my ability to see what I'm seeing. I, I, the fact that some of the things it's like a repeated theme, like that those leaves in the background, the swaying. Now I saw that the same type of texture yesterday. So what is this? Yes, good morning, new viewer. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, this is very important for you to tap into. See, this is the age of deception. And they want to deceive the public or withhold information from the general public. They don't want you to know. They want you to be in the dark. But if you're taking, at least in part, that power to tap into that thing, to see beyond what's actually going on around you. I don't know whether I'm seeing, um, whether it's radio waves that I'm picking up, like the scene that I saw today with the man playing the drum, looked like a studio, a TV studio set, and them playing. I don't know. But it'd be really interesting if any of you have little kids or little nephews or something, they watch the Kiddie programs. It would make more sense if it's a Kiddie program. It's something that's now. Because you have the radio waves, and I do live in an area where you have TV studios, and they have multiple channels. They have access. Yeah, if you, I've worked in a television program before, very very long time ago. I was behind the scenes. Yeah, I know. Spirit Journey worked in a lot of industries, and yes, even though it was behind the scenes in the office space, there's a television on, like a monitor on, and there's a feed always taking place, a feed of what's going on. They may not be recording, but you can see and hear what's going on the set. It's always on. That camera is always on, and they're smart. They do that on purpose because they want to capture some juicy stuff. Yeah, that camera's always on. And because they have access to the different feeds, they have multiple monitors with different shows of the other television studios broadcasting. It's all they all know what each other is doing. And this is a major city. This is New York City that I'm in. Yeah, I live near them. Yes. So let's see what else. Oh, there was something about yesterday. Oh, what was about yesterday now? Something that I was seeing. But see, now I can't I don't remember now. I don't remember. Um, this is a good exercise, though. That I can't help but stress that because you'll be able to see so many things. It could be, oh, I remember what I was going to say yesterday. Okay, I remember, just popped in my mind. Yeah, it was yesterday evening, and I was in my room all day watching videos nonstop. Yes, I did. I had great tasting food, and then I had something in the morning, and then for dinner I just had some nice fruit. Yeah, it was really tasty and refreshing. Yeah, I had three fruits. Had a tangerine, pink grapefruit, and a Honeycrisp apple. It was really nice, really nice. And so at night, it was dark outside by this time. It could have been, yeah. I stayed up late. Yeah, I think I turned off yes, I did turn off my computer. Yes, I did. So 11:11, I think I turned everything off. Yeah, coincidental that it was 11:11. But I remember saying 11:11, and I say it's time for me to go to bed. My eyes were tired. Um, but even before I actually turned off the monitor, I think it was still on at one point. But um, I wanted to just meditate in my bed, and so I closed my eyes and just relax, and I'm able to see something almost immediate. See, I think the trick in all this, when you close your eyes, focus straight ahead, as if you're purposely trying to look at the back of your eyelids. So you just have your eyes closed, but you focus ahead of you. And you can see the darkness and the texture behind that darkness. That will start to change. And you start to see like an outline of something. You could like see perpendicular lines, and I'm doing it now with my eyes closed right now, and you could start to see distinction colors, light against dark, and then it intensifies the image. And so I noticed I was seeing that room again. Yeah, I've been seeing this room slightly more detail. Um, I call it a chunky room. It was square-like in shape, but it had the outline of the room had, even though it's relatively rectangular-like in shape, but there's little nooks and corners, slight ones. So it wasn't like a perfect straight lines. They had bends uh, bends in it, you know. Uh, It looked like a fancy room, a very fancy, high-end room. Because it started to get clear, and I noticed that there was like the wall. It was tall. It looked like the walls were very tall. And as it started to get more detailed, it seemed like a room with very high ceilings. What would be high ceiling? I don't see any ceilings because I'm looking from the ceiling, if that makes sense. So I'm at an aerial view, looking downward. And um, yeah, the walls seemed light in color, and I think it started to glisten a little bit as it started to get a little clearer. And you start to see more detail carved into the wall. What it looked like, but it didn't get perfectly clear, but it started to get slightly clear, and you started to see more distinctions in the wall, and then I think I saw movement. Like if you're just staring at something straight ahead, if you see something move across your vision, you're going to notice it, right? If everything is standstill, and then you see any movement, your eyes are going to focus on that. You're going to notice it. So I noticed those movements. I said, oh, I hope I am able to see what's moving. And what else? Yeah, then it just started to get like mishmash. You just saw now distortions, because everything's real hazy, real hazy. But you see a tremendous amount of moving all over your field of vision. Um, I started thinking, hey, is it a way for me to move away and move to another location in the vision, to another part of the room? Because what I started to think was maybe I got spotted out. Yes, some of my visions that I'm seeing, um, something sees me. This being may see me and is trying to get at my what would be my eyes or my face. And you could see the movement go past, even though my eyes are closed and I'm seeing this thing. It's still like a shadow being cast from my vision, if that makes sense. Like if you're outside in the daylight and you move your hand across your face, your eyes, aren't you going to see like a shadow move across your eyes? That's the effect it feels like. And I started to get worried because it was so moving so fast. I said, "Shoo, maybe something sees me." But the vision looked like a a nice room, like a parlor. Those those mansions or castle-like things, like how you say, like in Europe, they have these fancy. They could be like government buildings, um, but they're the old ones, and it's real ornate. I think like France has it, but I think it's actually like their palace or something. But they could conduct businesses in the palace too. And the walls that I've seen, real ornate walls. It looked like that. It reminded me of that. Because one time I saw the same room, and it started to get real clear, and that's when I started to see gilding on the wall, gilding, this gold color gilding in thin strips that in nice designs on the wall, in panels that was alongside the wall. That's what it kind of looked like. And then you started to see that it was furniture on the peripheral. Oh, well, almost forgotten that. Yeah. So with yesterday's vision, I noticed there was a carpet. Yeah. It was a carpet. I mean, you could see like a pattern below. it looked like a dark base and a lighter color pattern, repeating pattern throughout the thing. Little, about oh God, like maybe 6 inches apart, each of the little pattern patches. But it was not. I couldn't see it that clearly, but you could clearly see a pattern of something on the ground. It looked like carpeting. Nice. It looked very nice. Very nice. Um, it could have been a dark blue, almost. It was some dark color. Very nice. And then I think that the pattern could have changed again, because I'm not sure what, maybe it was a different room or something. But I'm seeing something. And I was hoping, I said, oh, I really want to see more clarity. I want to see more clarity. What room is it? Because I mentally said to myself last night, I said, I want to know the location of this room. I want to know. I want to know where this room is. Whose room is it? What, because it seemed like an official room. Yes. And I really couldn't see any more. I really couldn't see any more details. I don't know how to make it intensify. It's like a screen, like something is preventing me to see full clarity. And it's just an impression that because there is a filter over something to prevent me to fully see and look at what's happening now. That the screen on that you're looking at is all blackened because they froze my screen. So there's interferences. That's what I'm getting at. There are interferences to your device. I'm using my phone to live stream this. But your brain also is a type of a device also, and it could receive and process frequencies, energy signatures. It can. That's all what the brain does. It sends messages to, it's a computer, and it maintains, it manages your body, your whole system. It tells it what to do, but also it can receive information. Some people are better at um, doing it. I never used to have these experiences. I mean, I didn't really know about meditation. I mean, I've heard the word of meditation before, of course, but I wasn't into that. Nope, I was just the straight-laced Christian girl. But in 2015, I had a paradigm shift, and I allowed myself for these 5 years to just explore other things, other realities, to try to break through and understand what my life is about. I know at times I am being monitored. Um, I did mention, okay, when I say being monitored, an incident, and it was the first and only time like this happened. I've made mention to it before. I can talk about it again, because again, some of you who will be listening to this live stream, and if you could refer people to it, if you think that they could benefit off of it, or maybe you have friends who might be seeing similar type of things, and you want to share it with them so that they don't feel like they are alone, that there's someone else there experiencing what they're experiencing, to validate, to validate. Yeah, in 2018, in May, early May of 2018, a family member had called me, I'm not in contact really with this family member. So it was odd that they called, and even more odd that they came by. I think they came by their bike. I think they drove in the city. And they left a message on the phone, and I was in the shower at the time. Um, I would assume if someone doesn't answer that they're not home. But he comes by anyway, and they contacted the concierge when they came into the building, and they rang the bell. You know, the concierge rang, interconned me, and I allowed this family member in. I'm not close with this person, but this person, they like to pretend to be friendly at times. Um, I foolishly let him in. And I thought, forgive, live and let live. Oh, just forgive. And, because he's coming from far away, just come in. So I said, oh, I guess you got my message. I told him, because I said I was in the shower, but when I got out the shower, I left a message on your phone. He says, no, I never got your message. My phone was in my pocket, and I was riding over here, so I couldn't hear any. I didn't hear anything. So I said, oh, okay. So we go out and go for a walk. We walked all over, unplanned, and we finally go to a restaurant near where I live. And we had a long comment. We had a long lunch. We started it was a late lunch. It was maybe 4 o'clock. Yeah, it was 4 o'clock or 4:30. And we ate. I had no alcohol. I had water, a hamburger, fries, and a little salad. Um, we were talking two, um, about the secret space program. No, yeah, it's all related. The super soldiers and the secret space program. And I was mentioning about O negative blood at the time. We talked about other things. We talked about our childhood together, things that happened uh, back at home of a paranormal nature. And then we, basically me, I was talking about this new genre I was learning about called the Secret Space Program, Super Soldier Program. And it's already maybe 3 months since the interview I did. Yeah, Camp, I did an interview of a person that claimed to be um, in the um, secret space program, that he was kidnapped as a child and then sold to different people. And his name is Tony Rodriguez. Yeah, I did it in February of 2018. So it was just a couple of months in May that this event happened. So it was like 3 months past my interview that I did with them. So I was just sharing about this topic that I learned about. And then noticing that many of the individuals that they use in these secret space or super soldier program all have negative or O negative blood. All of them have O negative blood. And we're just having a fun conversation. And there's only two other couples in the whole place, in the restaurant, in the dining area. So it's very quiet. And the atmosphere is very relaxing. I had no alcohol or I don't do drugs. And this was, towards the end of we were pretty much about to wind down the conversation because we ate and we just paid the bill. And I paid the tip. And I just had a little bit of water to drink. And I would just finish up my sentence that this individual that I know that has O negative blood, someone that's related to my family by marriage. And that's what I was just saying. I said, yeah, I know this person is O negative and their child is O negative. And then all of a sudden it happens to me. It happened. Um, I got like in a stupor all of a sudden. Like I stopped talking, and I think I kind of hunch over a little bit, like almost like a trance light, like something is happening to my body. And this extreme feeling of guilt hits my mind, racing in my mind, and like something's happening to me. And I feel it like in my head, the sensation as if it's in my head, a feeling of guilt. I didn't say anything guilty. I didn't say anything bad about anybody. Nothing. I was just naming, saying a fact about something that's maybe widely known about this person. I wasn't getting in the business. It was something that was known. And what your blood type is and all that, that's not something. It's not like I'm talking about someone's bank account, if they have disease. It's just kind of known. And this thing hits me, this feeling. Like I'm in a stupor, but this is happening in my head, I feel. And then I think I might have went to kind of tipped on the towards the right side, if I remember. And then I heard something. I heard it as the sensation was as if it was in the middle of my skull, inside my head, in the center portion of my head, inside. I hear an angry female, American sounding female voice saying, I'm sick and tired of hearing you talk about, that's all I remember. Real angry, and it was very faint, very, very faint, like the volume, like they wanted me to hear, but didn't want me to hear fully, that they wanted to be known that I'm being listened to, that someone is listening to my conversation. And then the next thing that happens, my heart uncontrollably starts to race and beats hard, strong, and fast. I tell the person that I'm sitting with, say, hey, something's going on. My heart is racing. Then they just say, okay, just sit back and relax. And then I give like a word of prayer because I knew something was going on. I didn't tell the person exactly what was going on, what preceded it. I didn't tell him about that I heard the person. And when he said to sit back and to relax, he said in a calm voice. He then said, as you said that, I felt something hit the left side of my head like a wave. And it made me dizzy. So I think maybe at that point I gave a word of prayer that whatever was happening, I think I rebuke you and you better back off. A word of protection to surround me, shield and protect me, blah, blah, blah. We didn't tell anybody what happened. We had already paid the tip, and everything in the restaurant where we were was real quiet. Thought the whole time. Uh, I think we were there maybe 5 minutes after, 5 minutes for me to regroup, and then I got up and we went out. We left the restaurant. We don't talk to anybody. We just walk right out. Um, it was cool outside, thank God, because my body felt wired. My whole system. throughout my body felt like a electrical surge. It was weird, weird. Um, what else? And I walked home. We walked home from there. It took like maybe 15 minutes to walk home, and I still felt funny. I said, I'm going to go to the hospital, make sure that it's not food poisoning or something. I was concerned about the heart. It did calm down some, but my body, everything was wired. And then, yes, hello, viewer. Yes, welcome. Welcome. You can say hello in the chat room and a thumbs up if you like. I appreciate it. So, anyway, let's see. I get home as quickly as I could, and I fed my dog because I had my dogs. I had to feed them real quick because in case if I had to sleep over, stay over the hospital, my dogs need their water and and fresh food. So I was working very quickly. I felt I needed to get to the hospital because I was concerned whether someone put something in my water because I drank the water. That was the last thing I was doing when the phenomenon happened. Yeah, I was just sipping the last few of the water. Um, so we get to the hospital. And yes, hello, new viewer. Hello, good morning, good morning. I'm wrapping things up, but I'm talking about an incident that happened in May of 2018. Um, yeah, so um, I took a taxi there, and the person did come with me, and they're quiet the whole time. Uh, I told them what happened in part. I only told them about the physical symptoms. That was it. And it was at the VA hospital. So definitely just give symptoms. So that'll be heart racing, panting. Yeah, when I got there, uh, someone took my pulse. I mean, less than 15 seconds. This guy was taking my pulse, and immediately he's, oh, your heart is irregular. He used some terminology, but it means irregular heartbeat. And he immediately put a monitor on me. So these were real symptoms. And again, it took about an hour from the time of the incident at the restaurant to the hospital, by the time I got to the ER room at the Veterans Hospital. So it was a good hour. And I thought it was more relatively calm, my chest. It was really irregular, really in bad shape. Um, so just imagine at the time when it happened, it really would have been off the charts. And it was just something that was happening to me. I had no control over what was happening, which made it scary because this never, never, never happened to me before. And what else now? So they don't give me anything, but they wanted everything to regulate. And I could have been there for 2 hours. They said that by that time, everything regulated, everything was okay. But I did tell them I was eating, and I just want to make sure that it wasn't something with the food or the drink. I'm not trying to sound paranoid. Just, FYI, oh, could you just check, is it allergies, or E. coli, or so, whatever. They did or also asked for drug tests. And they said, initially they said, oh, we don't do drug tests here. But it's ridiculous. You bet at a VA hospital they do drug tests. a lot of these veterans do drugs. So, because I said, I was eating and these weird feelings came over my body. I just want to make sure nothing happened to the food, or something in the drink. I just want to make sure that's no, the toxicology. Well, we don't really do that here. I said, okay, well, this is what happened. I don't know what happened, but they did take. I think I gave a urine sample and a blood sample. They took readings, and then I get home. We take a taxi back to my place. The other person that I was with leaves, and I felt out of it. And I did a video. I did a video in May, but I was still afraid. I got home maybe around 10 p.m. and I was still afraid because it's like, did this really happen to me? Did this happen? Um, Something happened. So I did a quick video of what happened, but didn't give all the details because I felt embarrassed. But my ears started to feel a little sensitive, a little funny, and um, I just thought, yeah, everything in the audio sounded funny, and then I think I eventually fell asleep, and when I woke up in the morning, I my ears started hurting, and I heard noise like it sounded like an engine outside. Now outside my window, like you hear my room now. Yes, you hear my little doggy snoring in the background. I apologize for that. But down below, outside below, there is like a generator, but you barely hear it. And it's been this way since the day I moved in. It's quiet. It's never a problem. But now in this morning when I woke up, my ears were hypersensitive. And you hear like a loud noise, the machine below. I said, wow, is this the first time this thing is on? As I've been here for 15, 16 years, and my, ne- my, I never heard anything like this. My ears are real sensitive. I said, hey, maybe I just need a shower, a nice soak in the tub. And it didn't get better. My ear, yeah, I had um, my device with me to maybe watch a little movie while I was soaking in the tub, but I did not feel any better. And then um, I got diarrhea, big time. So I tried to take a sample, and I raced back to the ER. I said, look, I was here last night for such and such, and now in the morning I have new symptoms. My ears are hurting me. It's real sensitive, my ears, and I have diarrhea. So I had to wait another day. They said that the container that I used to take the sample wasn't appropriate and to use this other thing, and they handed it to me. So I used what they gave me, came back the next day. Um, they were tested, my ears were tested. Everything's fine. My ears are fine. Um, the stool sample. So yes, I got a record of the lab reports, and they did check for drugs. They lie about a lot of things. They did drug testing big time. Yeah, they tested for all types of drugs, all negative, of course. Um, Urine, blood, everything negative. But now I have this new symptom, my ears hurting me. Now I have very good ears. I never have ear problems. Never. So why now? And the diarrhea I had for 1 month. So what caused it? So, Camp, if you're still there, what I speculate what happened was that a device was aimed at me, um, was aimed at me, but my brother, excuse me, the other person that I was with, uh, was was too close a proximity, proximity, can't pronounce it right now, but it came in on because he said it came in from his left side, and that's where the opening was, the entryway was from that side of him. So I don't know. I mean, you don't see, and from our angle, we can't be seen unless you're actually walking in and you're at the threshold. But either way, uh, something hit us, and it was meaning for me to get the full blast. I got the full blast of it. He got the residual of it. Uh, I forget how long the ears was sensitive for a number of days, hypersensitive. The sound of things like, because the generator is always on, and it just sound really sensitive. Um, so I think I was hit with some type of weaponry. And that was the first time that happened. And I just also thought the sensation of when it initially hit my head, when I felt like I was in a stupor, and then the um, racing thoughts of guilt, guilt, guilt. I had that feeling before in my apartment once. That all of a sudden hit me, and everything was good in my life. Everything was really good, actually. Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Everything was fine. But so I think I was being targeted. And it was just interesting when the symptom like that happened. I was about to graduate from school. I just was just about to take my final, yeah, my exit exam. Everything was going smooth. It was very smooth. My finances got improved. And this feeling of guilt, guilt, guilt racing my mind. I said, where is this coming from? Well, I think something was targeting me. I think that something, again, I am uh, a veteran. And yes, they do give us shots in boot camp. And I'm wondering whether I was being tracked. And that something didn't want me to um, something about my graduating. It didn't want, yeah, because I wanted to start my own business. Yeah, because something happened with my major. And, I don't want to go into detail with that, but uh, I didn't want to make it a law. Say, hey, regardless what the school does or, for the major requirement, the requirement for the major, the industry, because I was a nutrition major. I did successfully graduate with my master's in nutrition. I did. Um, I felt as if something didn't want me to move to the next level. That is the point. Something that is aware that I am about to graduate didn't want me to succeed and didn't want me to get to the next level because I said to myself, I said, okay, if I can't get a job in my field because the requirements in the field change, I'm not going to go back to school. Hey, just start my own business. That's what I said. I said, "No, I'm not going to feel sorry for myself. I'll just try something else, create a business for myself. Yeah, no pity party here. I felt very positive. But I felt that something was interfering and wanted me afraid. They wanted me afraid, wanted to hinder my progression and other things. There were other things that were sabotage because I try to start a business, and someone was messing around with I had an account with eBay, and then they kept pulling my items that I couldn't sell them. And they said, "Oh, you need more photos. You only have a few photos of the item." I'm thinking, boy, how many photos I need? So I did a whole slew of photos of this thing that I was selling. And then they did the same thing. So I called them back. I said, "Hey, what's going on?" So this was someone deliberately sabotaging my ability for commerce, to do commerce. And that I didn't like. I didn't like it, and I thought it was unfair. And there were other things. But it seemed deliberate about the intent. The intent was to hold me back. It didn't want me to succeed. And it was just amazing the timing of all these events. Right before I was to take the final exam. Oh, yeah, and I had just taken an exam, yeah, because it's something hit me in December. Yeah. Yeah, so I think I just had the exam in November. And in December, yeah, everything was happening quickly. It was really, really bizarre. So, what would you think, people, that you go someplace, a neutral place, and some type of electrical or microwave, some electronic frequency hits your body, causes you severe earache as time went on that day, diarrhea for 1 month, um, heart palpitations. What else? Yeah, really, really bizarre. Really bizarre. What would you think, people? And if you were a science major, you realize this is something deliberate, because when you go to school and the higher up you go in your education level, the more information you are given, and the more reason and logic you develop, because you have to do exams, you have to do papers, you had to do analysis of things, so you learn about patterns and you learn about statistics, the statistical chances of things. You've become a logical person. You think logically. And again, I just had finished school in 2011, the first initial interference, and then in 2018 at the restaurant with this other person. And so you realize something is going on. So if it's happening to me, I'm sure it's happening to other people. And again, I don't do drugs, never did drugs. I have a very clean life. Yeah, and I have a very simple life, especially back then. I watch YouTube, just like everybody else. You watch videos. You just have fun online. Nothing serious. This thing didn't want me to talk about, was this thing at the restaurant was irritated with me to talk about O negative blood. Yeah. So why were they listening? Yeah, the O negative thing I was talking about was towards the end. Yeah, we talked about many things. Many, just having fun conversation. It was fun. Everything was pleasant. It was a pleasant day. Everything was pleasant. But um, at what point were they eavesdropping? And why? And this restaurant, I'm not going to give the name of the restaurant, um, but it's in the theater district in Manhattan. The theater district where, the plays are, the Broadway shows. That's where it took place. It was on it was on 46th Street. Yeah, it's 46th Street. And so I was really surprised. You know what else I was thinking? See, in that area, people on Broadway, they go to these restaurants and they have meetings and discussions, and they might be talking about projects that they're doing. And I'm wondering whether or not the desk of the table that we were sitting at had a device to eavesdrop on us. It was the booth. Maybe I should give the name. I'm going to give the name where this happened. It was Thank God It's Friday, TGIF, the one in Times Square, the theater district, and I think that's 46th Street. It was the first table when you enter in the dining area to the left when you enter, the first one there. And my back was against the wall, and the other party, their back was away from the wall. They were sitting opposite me. And this happened there. I never been back since. I never told anybody what happened, but it happened there at that place. And I'm wondering, this is no, I'm not trying to accuse the establishment. I'm just relating what happened to me at that place. And I'm wondering whether you have people who may go there and put in listening devices to eavesdrop on your conversation. Well, somebody was listening and someone didn't like what was being said. Okay? So someone could hear me. I have a soft voice, but someone could hear. And this electrical thing, there's something caused me harm. So that's what happened. Things just don't happen at times. And I don't trust the individual I was with. I don't trust that person. Because it's like they were determined to see me. They were determined to see me. And I'm not really friendly with this person, but I didn't want to be rude. Okay, say that again. I didn't want to be rude. But this happened. But why it happened there? I'm not in any communication with this person really. Why they wanted to see me that day, I don't know. I don't know what to make out of it. Could I have been just at the wrong place at the wrong time? That could have been it too. But still, someone was listening and someone had the power to cause me physical harm. And that I have a problem with. That I'm very, very angry. And I don't think talking about O negative blood or secret space program is anything really worth zapping somebody. But it happened. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I didn't know I was going to talk about that, but yeah, I think everything's related. I think everything somehow ties in, that there's different frequencies out there, and some people are more sensitive to others, sensitive to certain stimuli, and especially when you're in between sleep and wake and you tap onto certain frequencies. So, this is what happened to me. So, anybody who gets this far in this video, if these things have ever happened to you, if you were at a public place and these type of symptoms happen to you while you're minding your own business, and you and your party might have gotten infected by something, please let me know below. So I thank you for everything. And yeah, today is, we call it Black Friday. Don't do any foolishness. Don't do any foolishness with all this, people running in and want to be the first one to get something. They try to treat you like you're some animal. You're not an animal. Don't go that low. Don't stoop low like that. Don't stoop low. There's always a sale and they want you to impulse buy. Save your money. Save your money for a rainy day if you can. If you want to buy something, buy something, but don't, let them race in. Don't get hurt for a pair of jeans or electronics. Come on, guys. You're better than that. You're better than that. Yeah, it's Black Friday, and I think I will go out to the mall. Yeah, the weather is getting colder now, and I saw this coat a month or so ago, and I'm thinking, my birthday is coming up. Yeah, my birthday is not this Saturday, but the Saturday next. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, my birthday's coming up, and I think I want to get something nice for me. Yeah, something so that I can walk out, really stay warm. But I want my whole body warm. I want a nice, thick, thick, heavy coat, coat for cold weather, so I can go out more in the winter with my little guys and gals. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. In this holiday season, I don't want to gain too much weight. Yes, I did gain some weight. Yes, I had weighed myself about a week ago, and ooh, yeah, I'm at a healthy weight though, but I need to cool it a little bit. So yes, hello viewer. Yes, hello. Good. Happy Black Friday. Yes, yeah. I'm just about done here in this live stream. But I thank you for coming by. Yes. So, peace, love, and joy to you all. And um, those of you who like to um, donate to my channel, and again, my birthday is coming up a week from Saturday. Those of you who want to give me a nice a nice gift, you can do so through my PayPal me account. Yes, yes. Those who want to donate to me, birthday present, PayPal me. My PayPal me link is on my channel, Spirit Journey, and on the banner to the right side, you see the PayPal me link. Just click on it and follow the prompts. Yep. Any amount would be greatly, greatly appreciated. I appreciate all my viewers. Yes, this year is winding down quickly. This year, so quickly. Yes. Enjoy, enjoy your holiday season. Please stay safe, you guys. I care about you all. And get some exercise so you don't look like a turkey, okay? Yeah. So thank you again. peace, love, and joy, harmony, wealth, health, and prosperity for you. Thank you again for listening. Take care and farewell. Until next time soon. Bye bye.